Well, here we are. We are down to the top four. Are you ready for a RuPaul's Drag Race recap, bitches? So last week, Derek Barry sashayed away, and going into this episode, straight off the bat, we are going straight to the music video, and it is for RuPaul's new song, The Realness. This song has been playing on the main stage this whole season, and personally, I don't really care too much for this song. I've liked a lot more of RuPaul's music over the past few seasons. So there's three main elements to this music video. There's floatography, where the girls will be floating pretty much with a ton of fabric. There's dancing in gowns, avant-garde, and very just glamorous theme. And for the first theme, floatography, Naomi Smalls did a great job. She looked like 90s RuPaul. She looked fantastic. Bob and Chi Chi, they both looked really good. Kim Chi, she was like nub knees. Like they had to lay on their backs, and the director kept telling them to extend their legs out, and she was just like all in there. Like she wasn't extending her legs at all. But her makeup looked really good. Then the next part of the music video, the girls had to wear avant-garde gowns. Chi Chi DeVayne had a really nice gown, but she kept getting her heels caught in the holes at the bottom of the gown. Naomi Smalls, she looked fantastic. She had this like, it wasn't a gown, it was like a blue alien-esque look with these high boots, and her legs looked great, and her poses were awesome. Kim Chi, you know she loves the feathers and the ruffles, so she was giving us some spring chicken realness. And Bob the drag queen, he looked great, he was very funny, and he did a death drop. And the last part of the music video was where the girls all had to be glamorous, like looking at their reflections in the mirror and things like that, and they all did really good. So after that, they were done shooting the music video, and really, no dancing, no choreography at all? That seems a little odd to me. But guess who showed up? Bianca Del Rio! Yay! Everyone's favorite drag queen, but she was only there for like a minute. But she was there long enough to read all the queens, so I guess that was great to see. So as soon as we finish the music video, it is straight to the runway where the girls are going to show off their best drag looks. The judges are all the main judges that have been here on the whole show: Rue, Michelle, Carson Kressley, and Ross Matthews. So Bob was up first on the runway, and he wanted to give kind of a masculine look. He was wearing spandex leggings, a really cool blazer, a bow tie. It was kind of a tuxedo look. I loved his hair, however, I did not care too much for his makeup. Chi Chi DeVayne was next, and she came out wearing a bright pink sequin gown, and she had like multiple buns in her hair. It was very pageanty, looked something like old school drag, but it really worked on her. And then Kim Chi came out, and you guessed it, the most elaborate outfit of the four. And it was like this black gown with like a sequin bottom, Maleficent sort of mask, and black feathers, kind of like a raven. And then next up was Naomi Cher Smalls. She came out in a pink pantsuit with long pants. She covered her legs. I think that is the first time we've seen Naomi Smalls' legs covered. She looked great with her long black hair. She looked just like Cher in the 70s. It was a fantastic look. So when it came to ranking all these looks, my favorite was definitely Naomi Smalls. I think my least favorite would probably be Chi Chi. She still did a great job, but if I had to pick a least favorite, hers was probably the most unoriginal of the four. And then next would be probably Kim Chi. I know everyone was like freaking out over her look this week, but the judges kept like criticizing Bob for always wearing leggings, but I feel like Kim Chi, this is like the fourth or fifth time I've seen her wear ruffles on the show. So I think I'm just kind of sick of seeing that from her, but nonetheless, it was still a great look. And then my second favorite would be Bob. I know the judges weren't like crazy about it, and I wouldn't say it was his best look throughout the whole season, but it was still a pretty cool look. I always like it when they when a queen takes like a masculine look and turns it feminine, and I feel like that's what she did. So before the judges told the girls to leave the main stage, they had all the girls look at a picture of them younger selves like they did last season, And it was pretty much the same thing for each of the girls. They told their younger selves, you know, be confident in who you are, embrace who you are. Kim Chi got very emotional. Usually I get kind of annoyed when a queen gets like emotional on stage. I think it comes across kind of like they're trying too hard. Like Roxy Andrews in the season with the greatest lip sync of all time, Whip Your Hair Back and Forth with Alyssa Edwards. But when Kim Chi cries, I can tell it's very genuine, and I feel bad for her, but you can tell that she really, really wants this and she's trying her best. Then the girls were each asked why they feel they should be picked America's Next Drag Superstar over the competitors. Bob was up first, and being as humble as Bob is, he said that he thinks he should win because he's done better than everyone else. Chi Chi DeVayne said she feels like she's done the best and she has this great willingness to learn. But what I thought was odd is the whole time Chi Chi was talking, they kept showing all the girls kind of looking like, is she for real? Really? Next up, Kim Chi. She said that she's very unique. There's really been no one like her, and she feels like she is truly America's Next Drag Superstar. And Naomi Smalls said that this has all been a great learning experience and that he's happy just being himself and he's ready to evolve into a phenomenal drag queen. So after all the judges' critiques, they called the queens back onto the main stage where they had to lip sync to RuPaul's song, The Realness. I personally don't care when they have all 4 drag queens lip sync on the stage because it's really hard to pinpoint who's doing well and who's not, I feel like. But just to give a little breakdown, Bob, I thought, probably did it the best because he was pretty humorous when he was walking on stage. Bob and Chi Chi did like run into each other on stage, but they kind of just played it off and kept going, which was great. I thought Naomi Smalls, you know, again, doing her fierce supermodel poses looked great. Chi Chi, she moved very well. And Kim Chi was very smart about it because we know that Kim Chi is not a good dancer. So she decided to pretty much just stay in one spot most of the time and just do some really great poses, and she looked great. So when it came down to the final decision, the queen that was told to sashay away and would not be making the final 3 was Chi Chi DeVayne. And I was not surprised at all. I really like Chi Chi DeVayne a lot. I was so happy to see her make the top 4. But I figured, compared to the other 3, the judges were just kind of look at it as, you've done a great job, but they don't think that she's gotten to the level that the other 3 are at, which I think does make a little sense. But again, I do think that this season's top 4 was probably the best top 4 I've seen in the history of the show. I really liked all of these girls, and now that it's down to the final 3, it's going to be really, really hard to figure out who's going to win. This has been my top 3 since day 1 of the competition, so I'm very excited to see the outcome of it. Bob the Drag Queen has pretty much been my number 1 pick to win this whole season, and I'm still pulling for Bob to win. However, I do think that Kim Chi is more than likely going to take the crown. I think Naomi Smalls has a chance, but I feel like she's kind of like the pearl of this season, meaning that she didn't start off super strong, but she got a lot better by the end of the competition. I just think that the judges might not think it's enough, maybe. So that is my recap of this week's episode, and I am so excited. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, CJ Rambler. And also, if you have subscribed or if you haven't subscribed, you should check out my videos. I do a ranking of all the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race. They are kind of long because with each queen I do a lot of clips from them on the show, but feel free to check it out. I made them before season 8, so it's all the drag queens from seasons 1 through 7 where I rank all of them from my least favorite to most favorite. So please check that out. I will see you guys at the finale. I'm so excited to see who's going to win. I think this is the best top 3 we've ever had on the show. And I will see you guys later. Bye.